Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hi folks, Dave with DBSTECHTALK, and today we are going to talk about the Hifiman RE600s. I want to thank Hifiman for sending these over for a review. I do greatly appreciate it, and Hifiman, you rock. Alright, so the RE600s come in this really nice display case, and it's made of like faux leather, very nicely built, has a little bit of metal in it, feels durable and like you're not going to break it, and it just looks nice and sharp and kind of lets you know, hey, you got something nice here. And so you open it up, you'll get a little bit of paperwork, you'll get a RE600s manual, tells you how to clean it and wear them and use them and all that kind of good stuff. And then you get a little warranty card. Your IEMs would be in here, and then you get a plethora of tips, all kinds. And this little white thing here, which is kind of hard to get out, is kind of like a cable management tool. A little odd and awkward. I didn't use it. Put that back in there. You also get a nice little, hold on, it's not nice anymore, I just dropped it. Where'd it go? Sorry about that. Okay, so so you get this nice little carrying case. It's quite durable, as you noticed, with falling down on the floor. Anyways, you open it up, and inside you'll get some of those silicone things, and you get more tips and some little ear filter, wax filter things. So Hifiman makes sure that you get plenty of tips, and they want to make sure that you can get these things in your ears and get the right fit and seal. So it's kind of craziness. I didn't have to use third-party tips on these. I enjoyed the stock tips very much, and I used the wide bore dual flange tip, medium size, and they fit perfect for me. I get the proper seal, get the proper fit, and I really enjoy them. The IEMs themselves, as you can see, are extremely small, just insanely small. Take the tip off here, and you can see that it has a little bit of a lip on it, so if you did want to put some different tips on, you're more than able to. And a short stem, so you can't expect a big huge tip to fit on there, but works well with the stocks. Hopefully you can maybe get a stock fit. Have a little bit of silver on it to give you a little flashiness. The cables are attached. They do say L and R, so you know which one is which. There's no microphone on it. The cable is a little Hifiman. It's not the best, but it's not the worst cable I've ever had on an IEM. It's just a little rubberized, twists up a little bit. You do have a nice chin slider strap, which works well, and you have to implement it. I'll go into that in a minute. At the split, you get a little Hifiman branding, and it says RE600s, and then it's a fabric cable, which it's not bad. It's just never really loses its kind of kinkiness. Then it has a nice strain relief and a plastic, and it goes at 3.5 millimeter. You can also get this in a balanced 2.5 millimeter version. Overall, the build is good. Comfort is excellent. So if we put these in our ears here, they just pop right in, and I have absolutely no problems wearing these for hours on end. I find them just to be extremely comfortable. They seal really well. If we turn the fan on here, that's on high, and I can barely hear it. It's probably about 70% blocking out noise. So these do a really good job of isolating out outside noises. Sorry, I just dropped something else. Dropsies today, apparently. So yeah, the only real issue that I have with the build is the cable, and the other issue with it, besides this just a little bit on the janky side, is that when you put them in and you jiggle your wire, you can hear that movement even a little bit with the fabric. So I find that the only ways to really fix that problem is, one, either run them up and over and around your ear, which isn't as comfortable, but it does take out that cable noise, or the other thing is to use your little chin strap, and once you get that moved off of your neck a little bit, that those noises kind of disappear. The other thing you can do is you can get a cable clip, if you can find one that fits that size, and use that, and that works well too. So other than a little bit of quirkiness with the cable, these things are built well. Wish it was maybe had a little bit better strain relief here. It is a little thin, but if you're careful, that's gonna last. How do the Hifiman RE600s sound? They sound amazing, actually, for the little itty bitty price that they have. The little size drivers that they have, 8.5mm dynamics, and they're great. This little micro driver is incredible. 16 ohms, and it's 102 decibels of sensitivity, so they're fairly easy to drive off of anything. And they, oh by the way, they weigh 0.48 ounces, so they're light, really light. The frequency graph is 15 hertz to 22 kilohertz, so they cover the basics area and a little bit more, and yeah, I find that they sound amazing. Bass is plentiful. It's about where I like it in an IEM. Not too much, not way too bassy, and not too lean. It has just a nice balance between sub bass and mid bass. It does have a little bit of warmth, so a little bit of a mid bass hump, and the clarity and details are there. They're not detail kings. Of course, you are talking about a sub $100 IEM here, but they do a really fantastic job with the details. You can hear the separation and the isolation of instruments, and you know what is what. It doesn't do a one note sound. You do get some breaking out and individualization of instruments. And then moving into the mids have a nice warmer touch to them, a little bit of romanticism, and just a funness about it. You get a nice natural sound to them. And the timbre can be a little bit on the metallic side, especially when it comes to like pianos. It doesn't always have the best timbre around, but it's not offensive to my ears. And then the going from upper mids into lower treble region, it's nice and smooth, and even though it does climb a little bit, it's not a drastic climb or sharpness. There's no sibilance or anything of that sort in the presentation range. A lot of times IEMs in this price point especially tend to have a little bit of shoutiness there, and these do not have that. As you get into the treble, it extends nicely and then drops off. There's a little bit of roll off up at the top, but it's not, again, it's not offensive in any way. It doesn't sound boring. These have a nice energy about them and good airiness about them. And again, you have really nice clarity and detail retrieval. Resolution could be a little bit better, but for the most part, these are not going to really bother you, especially in harshness or sibilance range, unless you're listening to tracks that have that in there. Then you might want to tone it down a little bit. But for the most part, I find these to be very pleasant and very enjoyable. And I really actually like the sound signature of these. Do wish that they had just a little bit better timbre, but for the price point, I'm not going to complain. And the soundstage is actually surprisingly wide. They do have a little bit out of your head, so to speak, feel to them and sound to them. The staging is done well, but it is a little bit left, center, right. It doesn't flow quite right, so there is a little bit of choppiness in it. but it does do good imaging within the sectors and sections. So instruments, if it's on the right side, you will be able to pinpoint exactly where it is on the right side, and then the left sides in the center. But when things start to travel across the stage, it'll kind of do a little bit of gappiness, just a little bit, but nothing that again is offensive. I find that the Hifiman RE600s is a very smooth and balanced and just an enjoyable type of sound. Has a few little quirks about it, but overall I've really enjoyed them, and I find that them to be my favorite of this style within the price point. I don't normally like the bullet style too much, and I usually prefer over ears, but or around the ear IEMs, but these I have thoroughly had fun with, and yeah, I could recommend these, especially at the price point now that they're going for $75. I find that's a really good deal. And if you're looking for a better than a beater version of popping your earbuds, these may be it. They a high quality unboxing and a very nice presentation, and a plethora of tips that it comes with, and just an overall a great experience. And I find that the Hifiman RE600s are fantastic value. It's been Dave with DBS Tech Talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Speaking of next video, somewhere on the screen is a notification bell and a subscription link. If you haven't already, please check those off. Check out the links down below for links to the product, and also for links to Patreon, PayPal, and playlists, and all the good stuff. Thanks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.